Okay, it's first week of June here. So we're just here visiting our strip till seed canola trial today. So basically what we've done in this trial is we've got a treatment where we've done strip till. So we've done that 6 inches width worth of strip till ahead of planting canola with a planter. We've done a full tillage, disked everything up, and then last one was direct seeded. So yeah, let's walk in and take a look at what we're finding. One of the reasons that we're doing this trial, it's part of a Farming Smarter Saving Soils program where we're looking at protecting it against soil erosion. And for small, shallow seeded crops such as canola, perhaps sugar beets, what can happen is when you've got full tillage and you've got a part of the field that's exposed to wind, that wind can blow the soil away, cause erosion before the seeds get established enough to kind of hold that together with the root matter. It can also blow the seeds out of the ground, or perhaps when they're at sort of a small 2-leaf stage or even cotyledon, they may pinwheel and physically damage the crop. So preventing against wind erosion, one approach might be to do strip till. So it's not common yet, but we're working with a farmer that has their own strip till machine, has been using it for canola, for seed canola in this case, and been quite happy with the results. So we thought we'd come in and see how it compares to direct seeding or full tillage. So here, first of all, we go over maybe a little bit. We're at a stage in the crop's life cycle where canola is kind of at that 5-6 leaf stage, so it's really hard to have I guess I'd say an unbiased perspective on how it's doing, because it can be quite variable stage-wise. So yeah, tough to get a really good sense. But when so here's our kind of full tillage piece, and things are looking pretty good. One of the advantages of tillage is you have that the soil's exposed, it's warming up a little faster, you have that nice seed to soil contact, seed bed utilization for the canola. So in this case, even if we look down the rows, it's actually looking really nice. Perhaps deceptively nice, because there's no other green matter kind of obscuring our view of it. So this is what would be fairly common on irrigation, would be till the field, seed the canola, and then hope everything kind of works out nice. So here we are. This is our strip tilled treatment. So you can see, we've got a decent strip of tilled soil that's nice and warm. It's been disturbed. It's nice and loose. It provides that seed to soil contact. Perfect place for a canola seed to grow. And in between, we've got all these patches of what's now dying fall rye from last year's cover crop that has helped to retain moisture and has protected these seedlings and these small plants, which don't need it as much anymore. These little ones might, from wind damage or blowout or any soil erosion early in the spring before they grow enough to sort of, their root matter kind of holds that soil in on its own. So yeah. So yeah, pretty good stand. Again, this is sort of the stage in a canola's lifespan where it's really hard to make good judgments on what's going to happen, because emergence is fairly variable. But yeah, you can see everything's coming up just as well. Stage-wise, it's the same place where the full till is, but you sort of have that protection against it. So we've done plant counts, so we've looked at emergence. I haven't processed that information yet, but we'll know, did we get better emergence under one of these 3 tillage regimes? And yeah, we'll see what happens with that. So if we move on to the direct seed, and this is with a precision planter, which aren't terribly well equipped for direct seeding. And you can see, so we're seeding right into a mat of fall rye. And fall rye is kind of one of the more challenging crops to seed into. It's very robust. You can see some of these are already heading out before they were terminated in the spring. But we dig in here. We've got quite a bit of variation. So we've got where we've got sort of that thicker fall rye. Some of these canolas are just coming out of the ground. So that's the detriment of the direct seeding. Certainly, with this level of residue ahead of time. So definitely a real challenge for the planter. But if we look down the rows, I mean, a lot of it's seems to be doing okay, but that's the risk. And I suspect that this treatment will not perform as well as the others at the end of the day, just because of the challenge in growing through that level of residue. So the fall rye crop, the cover crop, you know, terminated in the spring. It's actually done. Yeah, so this fall rye crop, you know, 2 weeks ago we were here, it was quite green still. There was patches that were still growing, but in-crop herbicide has taken care of a lot of that. So I suspect if we come back in a couple of weeks at canopy closure, there'll be hardly any of this cover crop left to be seen, and the canola is going to be the main star. So, and the till, like, you know, it's, I don't know, it's so hard to make judgments now, but if you look right where we're standing, like there's a lot of missing pieces here, right? And so is that perhaps blowout? Is that, you know, the water also doesn't infiltrate as well when it's just bare soil, right? Like you've got some to do to make sure things don't run, you get less crusting. There are a lot of advantages. Just finding that balance between, oh, what's the benefits and the cost of that residue? Does it compete with the plant you're growing? Does it, you know, impair them, and what benefits does it bring to it? So we're hoping to have some answers for that in about 4 months. You know, it was seeded into firm soil, so you can see, like, this is the crack in the soil where, right where it was put in. So this, you know, when you're seeding into this crack, that seed may fall all the way down to the bottom. Like, it doesn't close up nice. Like, it's like tough soil, and it holds its structure nicely. So the seed doesn't necessarily get placed nice. You don't necessarily get like that nice soft soil closing in over top of it to give that, you know, seed bed utilization. Whereas, you know, so if we look, where's my strip till? So, you know, strip till, so here's strip till, same kind of thing. Like, here's a spot where there's no plants, but like, look how it's all nice and soft, right? So it's been disturbed. You've got nice soft soil, and after you seed it, everything kind of falls in, closes in nicely. Your packers kind of push it down, so you don't have that crack. So every plant actually, it makes better use of that planter and its benefits by having sort of this strip-tilled, nice soft soil, or full tillage. But you got the best of the both worlds, because you got some residue here to protect against wind, crusting, flooding. Yeah.